Words have power. Words like cost, like price, like ishkabaha. It's the Irish for whiskey. It translates as the water of life, which may be apt, because whiskey may actually have the key to saving the planet. But let's start with water. If you blast the molecule with enough electricity, you split it apart into oxygen and hydrogen, which we'll save for later. Now, to do that, there's a cost, the energy to split this molecule. But if you use something like a solar panel to provide the electricity, the cost trends towards free. Words have power, but cost and price have two very different meanings. So, what do we do with the hydrogen? Well, not much at the moment. I mean, we can use it to generate hydrogen fuel cells, but we're not really using them. So let's save that for later. Because I love the idea that a crowd of students from University College Cork's Environmental Research Institute went to Middleton Distillery and said, can we have some? Oh, and discovered a question. Now, when you make whiskey, you distill it, but before that, you ferment the barley with yeast to go and release the alcohol and the flavor. Now, this fermentation process releases a large amount of really clean CO2, carbon dioxide. Normally, you just vent it into the atmosphere, but let's capture that. If you mix your hydrogen with your CO2, you get H2O and CH4. That's water and methane, or natural gas. Okay, this time it's synthetic natural gas. But there is a cost. Now, a nickel catalyst will help, but you need to go and heat your gases up to around 450 degrees centigrade for them to get together to make methane. Otherwise, any breath you take could potentially be lung-blowing. But this cost, if you use solar power, wind turbines, you can electrically generate the heat required, and you can generate your methane cleanly. So the technologies are causing the cost to remain the same, but the price to go down. So what do we do with this methane? What do we do with synthetic natural gas? We burn it. I know, after going to all that trouble, why on earth go and burn it? Because when you burn it in a natural gas power station, you generate electricity. Because you see, renewable technologies have a cost. The sun doesn't always shine. Night. Wind doesn't always blow. And when you get spikes, you just have to dissipate it because battery technology isn't there yet. Using this method, you can go and save the energy. You can go and, otherwise you need to have your backup generators working all the time. This gives you the fuel to keep them going, which means you're using a waste product from the food industry rather than growing biofuels, which means we don't have to dig up dwindling resources, which means the planet can breathe. And words of power, like cost and price and hope. So let's raise a glass.
Well done, everyone.